YouTube, what's good with y'all, man? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna be showing you 808 patterns every trap producer should know. I'm gonna be showing you 10 808 patterns and some 808 hotspots on where you can put your 808s. I will be going over how you can add more bounce to these 808 patterns. Let's get it. Now we got a sample here from Ellis Loss and just put on some basic drums to showcase the 808 patterns. Here's the first pattern, and yeah, it sounds like this. It's pretty basic. That's pretty simple, but it works. Let's get into the second pattern. Again, it's pretty simple, but it works, you know? Now here's what the pattern sounds like. Let's move on to the third one. The fourth one. Now we're already at the fifth pattern, and as you've seen, these are all pretty basic, but they work, you know. And if you internalize these patterns, if you actually remember them, it will enhance your bounce like crazy. And on top of that, I'm gonna show you some tricks and how you can even enhance your bounce. Next pattern. Pattern 7, let's get it. You might not see this pattern very often, but I think it shows a technique, you know, that you can often use. And this fade in 808 right here, and that's what it sounds like. Eighth pattern. Next pattern, bro. Let's go. Course, the last pattern is pretty few. This basically, you know, this last pattern basically combines like most of the previous patterns. And this pattern right here actually shows like the most used 808 spots, you know. So basically, to get started, all you have to do is remember these 808 positions, and that's basically it, and you can do most bounces with it. That's what it sounds like right there. That's it, you know. You can vary the notes to create your own bounce. Now, if you want these patterns, there's a link in the description where you can download them for free, so be sure to check it out, man. Now let's get into how you can enhance your bounce. Like, let's get into bounce tricks, basically. So I'm gonna take this first pattern. There's some additional notes you can put down to enhance your bounce. And what you always want to do, you know, when building your 808 pattern, is that the pattern is somewhat predictable for the listener, which gives like a factor of satisfaction. So as you can see, it repeats itself over and over again, which is predictable for the listener. Anyway, here's some tricks on how you can enhance your 808 bounce. Take your 808 note, let it play. We can leave the first one, that's fine, you know, but repeating this twice would sound boring. So we're gonna add something at the fourth bar, and we're just gonna go right here and go down 5 semitones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's pretty simple, but it works. And then add something right here again. We can do the same thing, go down 5 semitones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I added this note to change up the 808 pattern a little bit, but the basic structure is still, you know, it's still there. So these are like the basic structure, so it's still predictable for the listener, you know. Now what else you can do is, and again, you want to switch it up here or add some variation to it. Delete this, for example, you know, so this is still predictable. And then go down 5 semitones again. Now what this does is, with deleting this note, is, you know, the listener predicts this pattern and he guesses the first 2 notes he gets us right, which gives him like the satisfaction that he was able to predict it. But then you catch him off guard, which gives like an element of surprise, you know. So because this note here, right here, is missing and is put right here, you can actually, you know, keep the listener hooked to the beat without destroying the satisfaction that the listener gets, you know, from predicting your 808 pattern. If you do that, I would do the same thing over here again, you know. So I would delete this, put it right there, then one here. And then you can right here add some more variation at the end. You can again go 2 semitones up from your root note. Maybe do 3 and then 1 down. We can even expand this technique of going down 5 semitones from your root note at the end of the bars. So what you can do is put one here, and one in the middle, and it sounds like this. Or you can move this one down, or all 3. That's up to you. Now there's some more things you can do to enhance your bounce. For example, adding like a lower velocity 808. So what you want to do is at the end of the second bar or each 2 bars, you can add like 808 right here and move down the velocity. So it gives it like this fade in type of feeling, you know. Right there, it's pretty subtle, but it enhances it like crazy. But don't overdo it. Keep it simple, you know. To enhance the bounce more, go maybe up an octave, you know. What I mean by that is add a note, pitch it up an octave, and it gives it like different bounce as well. Now if that's too high, choose a different note than your scale. So let's say C, for example. Now as you can see, this 808 pattern has so much more bounce than the starter, which was just the 3 notes, you know. Now what else you can do to introduce a new bar is a reverse 808, and it kind of follows the same steps as the fade in 808. You want to take your 808, stretch it out like this, select it, then hit Alt and A, so it chops it up like this. And if it doesn't chop it up like that, hit Alt A, then just play around with the time multiplier, put it all the way down, select all the notes and just fade them in, hold right click and just fade them in. And I'm telling you bro, these tips, they work 99% of the time. 99%. That's pretty much it for today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe, man, and if you want the midis, check the description, man. Alright guys, that's it, man. Take care.